Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? So we have some people here. You are at our webinar. This is let's see here. We are in October, so we're in Q4. We're ending the year here. I'm really happy to have you guys on here. I see there's about 5-10 people in the room here. If you can hear me and you hear everything's going well, let's put a 1 in the chat or something like that. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what you got. Hello, Lucas. Hello, Lucas. Raul, thank you. We got Raul in the chat over there. Let's see, pull this up. So, let's see what we got here. We hear you. Is that Dakota over there? What's going on, Dakota? Uh-oh. All righty. Here's my pitch to you guys, if you guys are listening to me. So what if you could guys, spend one day in your entire month and then get $10,000 back in return? That is kind of the pitch I want to give to you guys today, because a lot of people, they don't know about this hidden tool that you can do. It's not hard. It's free, almost nearly free, virtually free, and it's a way to print money. So that's kind of my pitch to you guys today. Look, I want to go through a thought experiment. I want to go through some questions with you, and just to kind of get the brain juices flowing, right? So let's see if I can make this full screen. Let's see here, full presenter, full screen, present, view. Apologize for the technical delay here. There you go. All right. Okay. So just out of curiosity, if you're a flight school owner, you know the importance of having revenue at your company. In order for any company and any business to really be successful, you need to have what's called cash flow. And for flight schools, that means having student enrollments. So you as the business owner, or as you as the manager or team member of a company, what would you do to get one more student enrolled this month at your flight school? How far would you actually go in order to get this job done? What happened there? What if a money generating machine lived inside your pocket? All right. This is the power of video. So I want to give you guys some case studies here. And this is 2 flight schools that we work with. One is Summit Flight Academy, and the other one is Blitz Aviation. And this right here is an example of the videos. And I bring them up because if you look at their social media, it's not a lot, right? We have less than 100 followers for Summit Flight Academy. This one has less than 1,000 followers. But under the surface, so everyone chases these numbers. They want 1 million followers. They want lots of likes in their videos and lots of likes on their social media posts. But reality, when you look at what we do here, their social media, their website, these guys are Summit Flight Academy is multiple 7-figure business. Blitz Aviation over here, there's a new flight school in Salt Lake City. They have just purchased 2 new aircraft. They're enrolling about 3, 4, 5 students each month consistently, because they have they've done the program, they've done the website, they've done the SEO, they've done the ads, and in addition to that, they've also invested in flying us out, Rudder Marketing. We came out there and we made some videos for them, and then that helped propel their brand further and help them actually get the student enrollment to go through. So really, goal today is to help you the overall goal. I know we talk about videos, we talk about these strategies and all these little tactics, but overall, the reason why we even talk about this is to help you increase your student enrollment. It's to help you grow your business. And more specifically, I want to give you guys a system today where you can spend less than 1 day per month and generate at least 10 content pieces per month. So you have you spend a couple hours per day or a couple hours per month, and you're able to generate some content for your flight school. Like I say all the time when you guys hop on these webinars, I want to go over some ground rules. So the first one is engagement. So I kind of asked that in the beginning, hey, if you're in there, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat, say hello, whatever. Second one is, be present, just be engaged. If you are answering email and you're doing all this stuff, you're not really focusing on it, then you're not going to get the benefit of this information. two, there's two ways this can go. Either you can put this on the background, you can kind of listen to it, you can kind of get the information that I'm going to show you, some of the secrets we do with our flight schools. You can kind of get this on the surface level. On the other hand, if you actually commit to taking action and you're open to trying new things, then this can actually provide you results. Because if you don't do anything, you just kind of take it in and you let it sit, nothing will change from today and tomorrow. I mean, nothing will happen if you don't do anything. So I want you guys to, let's put commit in the chat here. If we're all committed to have an open mind and we're all committed to take action and do new things. Anyone? Got one person, myself, saying commit. Anyone else here? We got Raul. Okay, he's committed to take action. Raul is committed to take action. Awesome, we love it. All right, Lucas, awesome, good job, guys. So really quick, just before me, if you are on this webinar, whether you're live with us here in person right now, or you're looking at this webinar recording in the future, I always give a brief introduction. So my name's Tim. I am the owner of Right Rudder Marketing. We are a marketing agency that is specifically tailored for flight schools. We have worked with flight schools all across the country. We've helped them grow and scale their businesses. I myself am a pilot. I got my pilot certificates back in 2020-ish. I've been flying ever since. Love the aviation. And this right here, this is a team picture from about a year ago. We've grown and scaled, a lot more since then. And over here, there's some people that we've worked with. Blue Skies Above, they're in Alabama. Simplify, they're great people over there. Sun City over in Miami. I've also written a book that's behind me here. And I've also given talks about how to grow and scale your businesses. This is me at hanging out with John and Martha King and talking about doing marketing and sales for growing your flight school business. So that's a little bit of introduction about myself. If you are a flight school that doesn't work with us right now, I encourage you to, give us a phone call. It's 314-804-1200, or send an email to info@redruddermarketing.com and meet with one of my team members, and we can help you grow and scale your business. So I always bring this up because this is this is how we grow and scale businesses. We got to keep it simple. We don't want to overload our brains with information, but there's really only 5 components to the flight school marketing system. You have your website, you have organic search, SEO, you have advertising, you have reputation management, then you have sales, right? So where does video really fit into all this? And the answer is actually probably about 4 of these. So it could help you with reviews a little bit. You could put the video for reviews, but for the most part, if you have a video, obviously you want to put it on your website. That's one. Having a YouTube channel, having all that stuff helps you on organic search. Also, if you're running Instagram, Facebook ads, we see a lot of better conversion rates and leads flow if you use video compared to still pictures. And then for sales, a tip that we have that if you're having a student that's over the edge and they're on a purchase decision, they can't really make the decision. A lot of times just reaching out via video, doing a DM can help you. So it's not really what I was talking about as far as video creation, but it could, help you on the sales cycle if you're willing to go in front of camera and talk to students and just record a quick 30-minute clip to take your finish line. So really, it's just these 4. So it's your flight school website, organic search, and ads is really where these three. Okay. So before I address this, I want to address the elephant. Before I go over into like the actual strategy of how to make videos for your flight school, I want to address the 4 whys, right? We call it the 4 whys. So who, what, when, where, how, and why. Because I think it's very important to go over this, because who's going to make the video? Let's do it one by one. Who's going to make the video? So this depends on your size of flight school. So if you're just starting out, if you have, let's say 3-5 planes, it's going to be you as the owner going to be on camera. You might not have the equipment. So on the what? Do you need expensive $1,000 equipment? It helps. However, you could also just do it on your phone. That's why I alluded to that in our first questions, is your phone is also a money-making generating machine. So use your phone. You have your iPhone. You can also use professional equipment. And what are we gonna actually film? It's going to be, I'm going to go over topics and different strategies shortly. When is the best time to film, or timeline? The best time to start is now. So really, after this call, or even maybe during the call, we can kind of break down some examples, and I want to show you how to do it, and then we can do it. Even if you want to do it with me, you can do it with me, and we can make these videos together on the spot. Where? So you can do it right now where you're sitting, whether you're in your office, at your house. You can do this in your car. Ideally, you do it in a hangar or next to a plane. But really, the element, the kind of philosophy I want to put out there is you just want to put the content out in the ethos. You want to put it out there. That way, it's out to the public and people can find you. The worst place to keep a video is in your phone and under like the Photos app, and not on YouTube or on Facebook, right? Um, how? So we're gonna get into like some strategies here and the why. So I kind of broke that down earlier with the case studies, but I there's a study that was put out, I want to say in 2021, and it was looking at the convertibility of websites that had video versus not video, and they found that about 65% higher people, or 65% of people actually filled out a form when the website had a video on the website. Yes, there's tangible results if you do utilize video for your content, for your branding. Okay. So this right here is the first strategy I'm going to go over. There's two main strategies that I'm going to go over with you. This is called the recycle method. So this is kind of what we do here at Rudder Marketing in some way or another. Right? So the easiest way I could think about it at a flight school, if I was a flight school owner, would be to record one ground lesson. Whether it be, let's say, going over a traffic pattern, or how to do a landing, or let's say, what's the RNAV approach. Just put your phone on a tripod, and then film it. Unedited, uncut, whatever. Just film the lesson with you and your student, or if you don't want to have a student involved, just have a whiteboard and just you talk in front of your camera and pretend the camera is your student. But spend 20-30 minutes doing a ground lesson. That's your first video. Okay, so you have that first video here. What you're gonna do, it's about 30 minutes long. You're gonna take this video and you're uploading this on your website. That's the first piece of content. So I promise you're gonna have 10 pieces of content by the time we're done here, right? After that, you upload the same video to YouTube. Now you have 2 pieces of content. And then Facebook also allows for long form content as well. Facebook, you can take this and that's number 3. The next one I want to suggest here is it's not video, but it's not a video piece here, but it's still content you can use. You take your video create on your ground lesson, you transcribe this video. You use AI or YouTube to transcribe your video. And then you take this transcript, you upload it to ChatGPT, and you ask it to make a blog article for you, and you post that blog article. Now you have an additional blog piece. So that's now 4 pieces of content just on that one video. From there, you can actually cut it up to different clips. So we have different softwares I'm going to share with you later how to do this, and we can kind of do a live tutorial on how to do it. But you take these clips, these are like 30-second to 1.5 minute long clips, and then you can feed them into YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So right there, that's 6 plus 4, it's 10. If you do this 3 times, you have 3 different versions of it. It's easy, 30 to 50 different pieces of clips that you can create for your flight school just off of one ground lesson. So that's the power of multiplication. So you're just recycling the same content, but we're putting it on different platforms and you're cutting it up in different ways. That's kind of that's what we do at Rudder Marketing. So for example, this webinar, it's a ground lesson, right? So we're gonna upload this webinar to our website. We're gonna post it on YouTube. We're gonna put it on Facebook. We're gonna write a blog article on it. That's 4 pieces of content right there. Then we're gonna we're gonna cut this up. We're gonna edit this video into short 30-second clips that then goes onto YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, and that's our content right there. So that's one method I want to share with you. That's easy. It's ready to go. It's not hard, right? It's a little bit harder when you get into the clips. I'm going to share with you some software to do this for you after this. But that's really it. It's not rocket science. It's an easy thing to do, and it's right here. So let's just break this down on a time frame, right? So 30 minutes goes to doing your ground lesson. Taking this film from, let's say, your phone, or let's say you actually used a camera, moving that and putting it into, let's say, a Google Drive or your computer could take about 10 minutes. With AI, you can cut and edit these clips in about 30 minutes. And then what I mentioned earlier with taking the same clip and transcribing it, it takes about 10 minutes to do that. The hardest part is actually uploading it and scheduling it on your social media profiles. That's what probably would take the longest time to do, is actually putting it on the social network. 50 pieces, 2 hours investment, and then how many videos can you create with those 2 hours? It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not a bad return on investment for just 30-minute ground lesson, right? That's a good way to do it, but a lot of schools I don't see them doing this. I see them doing this method. So this is the GSD method. I'll keep it PG here. So the getting stuff done method. And this method is really taking videos on the spot. So if you followed Right Rudder Marketing at any time and point, just a few weeks ago or a few months ago, we were in Akron, Ohio. We were at the NAFI Summit. And what we did is we literally just took our phones out and we said, "Hey, here we are. We're at the Akron airport. We just met with this flight school. Looking forward to seeing you soon." The same thing can be applied to your flight school. So here are these are 15 different ideas, and I'm going to walk through some of each of these ideas for you and give you some ways to think about it that you can use for your flight school. So the first one I think is kind of important. This is the 1-minute elevator pitch. So a lot of schools don't even have this on their website, and I think this is one of the best things you can do. So what it is you take your phone out, and then you basically talk about what makes you special for your flight school. What's your offer to your student pilots, your future student pilots? So in this case, I'm just gonna give you the script right now. What I would say is, "Hey, my name is Tim. I'm the owner of Right Rudder Flight School here in St. Louis, Missouri. We help train people to become pilots. The pilot industry is looking for more pilots, and we think that you can become a pilot. Come check us out. Come to our school. We're here at Creve Coeur Airport 180. Talk to you soon." It's only 30 seconds, but hey, just put that on your website. Boom, that's one video right there. I've seen this as well too. So interviews. So interviews is what we've done. Not after a solo, after a track, where we just kind of did it on the spot. But what you can do is after a student has their solo, to see if I can whip out his camera, or maybe you as the owner can come out and say, "Hey, congratulations on your solo. How was it?" And then you just you pan to the student. You get their intake, and that's the whole video there. You're basically capitalizing on their experience, and you're just showing that to the world. Same thing for a check ride. They just had a check ride. You just say, "Tim, you just finished your private pilot check ride. Congratulations. We are so proud of you. Tell us tell us your story." And then boom, "Hey, I was a student pilot. It was a hard journey for me. I had to spend, X amount of hours studying this. I didn't really understand how to land. Luckily, my instructor, Jimmy over here, has taken me under his wing. He's really done a great job, and I'm so proud. I'm so happy right now." That's content right there, man. Um, Other ones I've seen variations of this too. So you can also do different gimmicks, train tip Tuesday, safety Saturday. This is when you would have, for example, a CFI, and you just take your camera out and say, "Hey, if there's one thing you want to tell your students to do in their next flight, what would it be?" And then the CFI answers, "Oh, I really wish that students would would program the GNS 1430 correctly by doing this button, or something like that." Um, it can be technical. It doesn't have to be marketing. It can be very technical content. The idea here, though, is really you want to just create it and push it out. I think the number one thing I see with flight schools, and we're going over strategies here, but the reality is that we're just fearful of putting content out there, or we don't have enough time to put it out there. But really, this is what it is. You record the video and you put it out there. I put runway marking Monday, so maybe you go over different signage in the runway environment or the airport environments. You look at this is 1836. This is the sign right here. This is what this runway means. This is what the numbers mean here. Yellow means this. This is the hold short line. This is what this picture is. You just record that. Maybe you go over regulations with stuff. That's a little boring, but that's something that you can do. You can go over regulations on a video. Went over student interviews. You can do alumni. So alumni are great testimonials. It's just really all you do is take out your phone and say, "Hey, what was your experience at XYZ flight school?" For the schools that are targeting younger audiences, maybe you interview the parents or their family members, maybe their spouses. "Hey, your husband just did his solo. What do you think?" and then it's the wife of this guy that just sold. That right there's a 30-second clip. It can go viral. You never know. Role play situations. So I've seen this with King schools. So they'll say, imagine. So this is a film. You say it's more of a discussion. You'd have two people in frame, and you just have say, hey, you're a pilot. You're flying cross country, and your grandma's in the back seat, and she says she has to use the restroom. You're 30 minutes away from your destination airport. What do you do? And then you have a student or someone playing a student would answer the question, and then you post that. Yeah. One of the biggest things I've seen as far as views, if you're actually chasing views, people love seeing takeoffs and landings. That's kind of a gimme right there. People love, people eat that up in social media. So if you show pictures of or videos of you taking off or landing your airplane, that's really good. I kind of went over this with the 1 minute elevator pitch, but you can also do another variation of it, like what to expect. So if you enroll at Wright Rudder Flight School here in St. Louis, Missouri, what's your first 30 days going to look like? And then you say, oh, when you first come in, we're going to walk you through here, and we're going to onboard you here, and then you're going to get your flight flag and your flight log, and we're going to introduce you to a CFI. You can also do instructor spotlights. That's another strategy pool I've seen here, where you take a CFI that's been working with you for a few months or a few years, and you highlight them and talk about what they do, what their hobbies are, what they like doing, what's their career goals, and you interview them and you put that on your social media. So I have some things I want to say here. So I talked about different categories of videos, different like angles you can do. But I want to go over one of the things I've done whenever I've gone to a flight school and I've actually recorded videos. What happens is we take 100 different takes. We do like 500 takes of the same video. What I challenge you to do today is, to get your phone out, choose one of the things I showed you earlier. Maybe it's your elevator pitch, or maybe it's a safety Saturday, and take your phone out, record it, and only do one take. Just do one take and push it out. Eventually, after you create more content, you get better at it. You're going to get more efficient at it. You can try different angles. You can have multiple cameras at the same time. But really, this idea here is just to get you off the runway and get you guys going. Obviously, there's a whole industry regarding filmography and videography, lighting, and all that stuff. Those are definitely in consideration. What I don't there's a few flight schools in the country that actually do the whole production gig. A lot of schools, 99% of schools, just need to just get their phone out and start doing this. This is what's going to lead to success in the short term. Another thing I want to kind of go over is think outside the box. I know this sounds kind of cliche, but especially for these videos, which is the short 30-second videos rather than the 1 hour or 30-minute ground lesson. We're talking about the short ones. In this case, it's because it's a short. There's a formula for sales, and this formula is you have a hook, which can be maybe either a problem or a house statement, and then you do an offer towards the end of it. You always want to give an offer, and then you give the result of working with you. So, for example, one way, and the hook, by the way, like I said, stop the scroll, right? So let's say you're doing a small clip on the traffic pattern. Instead of opening the video up with, today we're going to go over the traffic pattern, and here's how to fly it safely and confidently. This right here is your crosswind. Here is your downwind. Here's how to enter it. You want to enter it in a 45-degree angle. You don't want to say it like that. The way you get to stop the scroll is you frame it in a different way. It's the same content, but you wrap it differently, right? So you say, this is the first thing you start with. How do pilots know who lands first if multiple aircraft arrive at an airport at the same time? Oh, well, let me tell you, we have what's called the traffic pattern. And that right there is your clip. So really, when you're making these short 30-minute clip, or short 30-second clips, it's really about the hook. It's really about stopping the scroll. All right. So I want to go over some. I alluded to this earlier. There is different tools that we can use to create these clips. So one of the biggest ones, I think, even if you follow YouTube, Mr. Beast is one of the, I guess, the most famous YouTube guys. He actually recommended this. But there is a software called Opus Clip, and Opus is a software that allows you to you basically take a YouTube URL, you upload it to there, and then it gives you clips. I guess I can show you my account and see what we have here. And it cost maybe a couple dollars. I think it's like $20 a year or something there, or I don't know, $20 a month maybe. Let's see what we got. See if I'm logged in here, but I can see if I can sign in. See what we got here. Let's try this one. Giving you the backdoor entrance to our thing here. Project with access. Let's try this one. Try and find the one that actually has projects in it. So what you do is you drop a link in here. Let's see if I want to find the actual project to give you an example. So here, this was a testimonial video that I did at Summit Flight Academy. So I just brought that up a few on the earlier slides. So really what that was, we did professional. This was a more professional film, but it was a YouTube video. So you have, whatever this is, you have a video, we pop in this URL. This is a different video. You pop it in here, you hit this button, and this is what kind of happens in the background. So it's going to give you different clips now. It cuts it up to like 30 seconds. You can even do 1 minute, but it cuts it up to different clips, and then you can edit it really quick. It gives you a timeline and all that stuff, and then you can put captions. You can change the captions in there. Another tip is to use captions, especially for the 30-second ones. You want to have captions, and then that's it. Then you export it, and then you have your video. So it's really a matter of copy paste a YouTube URL, and here's like just out of that one the 30-minute video we had on YouTube, we now have 20 different 10, 15, 20 different video clips that we can use. That's the strategy right there. That's kind of going back on another one. Descript is something more for long form content and editing. I don't have any content on it right now. I actually do. I paused my account because we only use it on a one-time basis, but what it does is it takes your video, you upload it to say a YouTube video or even an MP4 file on it, and then what it will do, it will captionate, it will transcribe your video. Then you can actually edit the video using text rather than a timeline. So what it is, let's say it has the transcript. You can say, "Hey, Tim said this. I only want this part." You can cut it in there. So I encourage you to look at it and check it out. Riverside, I can't unfortunately show this right now because we're actually using Riverside right now. But I recommend you check it out. So what Riverside does is if you upload content to it or if you record content on it, there's different features in there where you can make clips in it too. So they make all these API clips. And then YouTube is also another resource as well that you can do. So I brought up the transcribing thing. So I brought Descript. You can also just use YouTube as a way to transcribe videos. So this one right here. So this is our podcast the other day. If you scroll, I believe if you scroll down, there should be a transcript here. So I don't know if you guys seen this before, but if you go shows transcript, don't fail me now. I guess it failed. Oh, here it is. It's right here. It gives you the transcript right here. So let's pretend this is a what do you call it? A ground school lesson. I can just do this. So you copy paste this video. You get the words. Control C. I'm gonna go Chat GPT here. Chat GPT. Paste this. You can say, make a 500-word blog on this transcript, on this based on this video. Make it. So I know this video was about mental performance. We'll call it mental performance in pilot training. And I always like to put these two dashes there. That way, ChatGPT, the robot, knows to separate what I'm saying and then what I'm trying to copy paste him. Let's just see what he says. There you go. Might take a little minute for him to think. Yeah, so we'll come back to that. Oh, we'll come back to that one. Oh, here it is. No, he's still thinking. Oh, there it is. Boom, you have an article right there. So you have an article about performance training. So if you did a ground lesson on traffic patterns, this could be your blog article on how to land a traffic pattern. Another piece of content right there. All right. So, I mean, I made this. We're talking about video creation, and it's a nice, it's a really great topic, and I think it's such a awesome tool to have. But I realized that a lot of schools don't do it, and I think I had to kind of take a step back and ask myself, like, why is this? Like, why is it when it doesn't really cost much to do, um, people don't do it? Yet people that do it make thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars when they do it. Why? And I found that it's due to this. There's so I want to address, because I think this is more important than the actual strategy stuff. I think really this whole point of this webinar and this talk with you guys. That I know there's about 10 of us on the call here. It's really just about the philosophy and the concepts. That way you can take these golden nuggets and then you can bring it to your flight school and implement and do it. So the number one thing is probably fear. I think a lot of people they're camera shy, and I'll tell you a small story about about this. When I first started at rudder marketing, I was also like that. I'm not probably the best person on camera. You might see me everywhere, but I'm not. It was not easy for me to do that at first. I'll be honest with you. You go to our website. Our website is ruddermarketing.com. And this is a new video we made. This is more like, I think, from this year. If you look at our older video, see if I can pull it up on YouTube. Shit. Blah blah blah. I don't know. Go here. Like this video that we had on our website when we first created it. I want to show it to you if I can find it. It's from the very, very bottom. This one right here. This introduction video. This video is a minute long. It took I was so scared to talk in front of the camera, and I edited it. I took 20 takes to make this video. I don't know how many takes. I took a lot of takes, and was it the best video? No. Did I take a lot of takes? Yeah, I did a lot of edits. You don't need to do that. I mean, you just put it out there, and try and get over the fear, and then, because your first one, I'm just gonna give it to you. Your first couple of videos are gonna suck. I hate to say it like that. Your first videos are going to suck. But over time, if you stay consistent with this program, you dedicate 8 hours a month to making video content. It gets easier and it gets scalable, and you're going to be able to do it. So yeah, this is not the best one. Even our SEO is not optimized with our description. But this is what we did. I mean, this is our first go around at it, and it was not pretty. Like, this is me on the camera. There's no B-roll or anything. It's horrible. The audio is not good. Video is not good. But I tried, and that's the takeaway I want to have for you today, is to just try, to commit, to follow through, and to do it. A lot of it. Another case too. Maybe it's not fear, but you made the video. You want to get the video done, but you have this. You want it to be perfect. It's not gonna be perfect, like I said. Don't let best get in the way of done. Just get it done. Just implement. Like I said, from the get-go, you don't need to spend thousands of dollars on filmographers and studios and all this fancy stuff. You have the tools in your pocket. You have it. All you need is the follow through, the commitment to do this. So, like I said, if you are committed to doing this but you don't have time, you can always give us a call, 314-358-2100, or email us at info@ruddermarketing.com. We're here to help you guys out. Now, I will open up the floor here, because I mean, this is really about it. It's all about mindset. It's all about getting the stuff done out there. This was a very short webinar because there's really the secret here is just to do it. There's no magic formula. So I'm gonna I'll open up the floor for a few minutes for questions, and if there's no questions, we can end here. But I really appreciate you guys coming out here. I mean, I wanted to show you some good ideas. I hope I helped a little bit. If I helped, can you put a 1 in the chat? You guys liked? Do you guys like the stuff that I went over, or what do you guys think? 1 over there. Thank you, Lucas. Any questions, by the way? 10. Raul says 10. There you go. Awesome, guys. No, it's really, I'm open to the floor for a discussion, because I think it's challenging. It's a hard thing to do, and it's a hard thing to ask for people to do. But really, all it is just follow through it and commit. I'm going to go back over here so you can take a screenshot of this. These are some ideas you can take from me for free. Go ahead and take a screenshot of the ideas here. You can also chat GPT a bunch of ideas. You can say, hey, these are some ideas we have for videos. Do you have more ideas? And then he might come up with some more good stuff. So I'll keep it short here because I know there's not it's really just going out there. If you have time, right now, go out there with your camera and just do the 1 minute elevator pitch and try it out. Try it out and post it up on social media and see what you get. You're not gonna get a lot of engagement at first, but it takes traction. You gotta start the process to get the good stuff. Everyone sees the end result after someone has tried this hundreds and hundreds of times. They've been working on this for years, and they think that they're gonna get to that level right away. The answer is you're not. You have to be committed. You have to just be doing it every single month. Spend a day or so making videos, and it will build up over time. Eventually, if you do this every month, you'll have, you said 15 content pieces, 9 platforms, 135 videos out in the ethos, times 12. It's over 1,000 pieces of content per year you can generate if you just commit to 1 day a month to making videos. So I'll leave it here. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, but we'll end the webinar here if no one has any questions out here. So cool. Love you guys. We'll see you guys around.